Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. Today is day 162, and I just left the Poplar Ridge lean-to. I had found a nice little hammock spot that was mostly out of the wind. It did rain a little bit last night, but I had put my tarp up, so I was protected. And it cleared up by the morning, and it's actually, the sun is out, and it's beautiful. So hopefully that holds out for the rest of the day, and I don't even care if it rains at night. This is nice. Shoes are not dry, but my socks got mostly dry, so at least they don't feel like squishy in my shoes. So my plan for today is a little bit up in the air. So yesterday I did like my minimal miles yesterday, so it would be cool to do a little bit more today, and then that would make tomorrow a Nero into Stratton. But also there's all these 4,000 foot peaks to hit today, and some of them are pretty far off the trail, and so I have to make a choice when I get there if I want to hike them or not for my New England 67. And the reason I might want to do it now is if I don't, then some of them are like kind of out of the way. Like if you were doing them as a day hike, it would be a much longer hike. Just a lot of decisions to weigh out in my mind about how this day is going to go, but either way there's going to be a lot of climbing up and down mountains and hopefully some views. After seeing what this descent looks like, I think I made the right call in where I camped last night, because all of this would have been even more wet and slippery, and it's steep, and there's a lot of these rock slabs. Actually, there was bigger ones than this that you had to go down very carefully. So yeah, this wouldn't have been fun to do at the end of the day yesterday. I just crossed that stream, but I took my shoes off and it was really slippery on the rocks. But I made it. I just went really, really slow. I was like, my socks are almost dry. I can't just get them wet again. So I took my shoes off. I've just been sitting here, just snacking up, getting ready for this next climb. Nice little swimming hole here. So I haven't been able to get an updated weather report since last night, but Diner, who is hiking southbound today, told me that rain and thunderstorms expected starting around 2. Which I'll still be hiking around that time unless I stop early, which I don't want to, but if it's that bad, I might be hunkering again like I did yesterday. That cool little chute. The water goes all the way down there to that swimming hole. We're climbing up Lone Mountain now. It's a 3-mile ascent. Finally reached the peak of Lone Mountain. It's funny, in my head I was calling it Long Mountain, and I totally forgot the name is actually Lone Mountain because it went on so long. But I'm on my way down now after taking a little break. Did have service up there, so just getting caught up on messages and stuff. So I've decided, because I was able to check the weather, and it looks like there's rainy conditions expected from 3 to 6, and it's currently 2. I am not going to do Mount Abraham, which would be the one that was 1.7 off of the trail. that's just too far to go, and it would be exposed up there. So I don't want to get caught up there, you know, if it starts really downpouring or thunder, lightning, whatever. So I might do some of the shorter side trail ones, but that's my first sort of decision point, and I'm gonna skip it. And after that, I know there's a small side trail to get up to Spalding Mountain, so I might look into that to see if I want to do that one, because that one might as well if it's right there. And other than that, I don't know. I'm not really sure yet where I want to camp tonight. I think I'm just gonna keep going and see what the terrain is like, how I'm feeling, keep my eye on the time. I think 6:30 has been a good time to stop typically, and if the rain is supposed to stop at 6, then that would be a good time to set up. So I don't know, figure it out as I move along. I've got some time, so we'll see. Just past the Spalding Mountain lean-to, and I was able to check weather again, and it's looked like it's improved, so it's not currently raining, and supposed to get some light rain in a little bit, but nothing worth hunkering down for, so I'm gonna keep going. And I don't know, it doesn't look like it's gonna be anything heavy rain until later tonight, so I'm not too worried about it right now. I am currently making my way up Spalding Mountain. The AT bypasses the actual summit of the mountain, but I am going to hit it. It's only 0.1 off trail. It's supposed to be steep, but I figure I can just drop my pack for that one, grab it, come back down, go on my way. Spalding Mountain, 150 yards. I'm gonna find a spot over here to stash my pack. Looks pretty steep. It's so weird now hiking up mountains without a pack on, because like every step you take, you're used to there being some resistance there, and then when that resistance isn't there, it's like you feel like you're like on a spring or something. It's so weird. I'm so bouncy. Alright, here it is, the summit of Spalding Mountain. This is number 56 out of 67 for me. Wooded summit. I think if you keep going this way you would get a view, but it is pretty hazy today, and we should get views on the next peak we're gonna hit. So I noticed the elevation on that sign said 3,988, so it's not actually 4,000 feet high, or maybe the sign's wrong. If it isn't 4,000 feet, I'm surprised that they still let it be on the list. Although there's been people complaining, particularly about Mount Tecumseh in New Hampshire, and how that has kind of like, the mountain is no longer 4,000 feet, but it's still like considered part of it, the 48, so I don't know, maybe they're just grandfathered in and whatever. Alright, so on our way down, and then we go back up toward Sugarloaf Mountain. The AT also does not cross the summit of Sugarloaf, but I am going to do it because on the top there is a ski hut that hikers can camp in or like use. So I am going to at least go up there and check it out, and I might camp up there because I've heard that you can get a nice sunset up there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see anything because it is supposed to rain tonight, but either way, the hut sounds like a great place to hunker down and maybe have some dinner and recharge devices, things like that. And it also puts me in good position for tomorrow, hiking down to the road. It'll be, I think, a 10-mile day tomorrow as well. This is a cool spot. In honor of the men of the Civilian Conservation Corps, who from 1935 to 1939 contributed greatly to the completion of the Appalachian Trail in Maine, and who on August 14, 1937, near this spot, completed the final link of the entire 2,054-mile trail. Cool. It's over 200 miles longer now, but still a neat spot. I have about 1.5 miles to the junction for Sugarloaf, and the weather's starting to turn a little bit and just basically like a little sprinkle. It's gotten a little cloudier, so hopefully I can make it there without getting downpoured on. Made it to the junction to Sugarloaf, and it is 0.5 to the summit, so I am going to head up and hopefully hunker down in the ski hut. It is raining. It's not real heavy rain. I do have the poncho on, so I am protected, but feet are slowly getting wet again. So sad. This is the water source. Over here. So it's number 57 out of 67 for me. I see at least one other person in there. Hopefully they don't mind me invading their space, 'cause I would love to get out of the rain.